Good morning, everybody. We are live in Racer H2O land. How about that? Racer H2O, welcome to El Reno, Oklahoma, the finals of the 2021 Southern Drag Boat Association Championship season. We are going to crown champions here for the 2021 season and as well as Hunter's Showdown champions. Here comes Sunday. We're going to have 2 qualifying sessions today, 2 qualifying sessions tomorrow, and then, of course, eliminations on Championship Sunday. So we thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to tell all of your friends and family if they couldn't make it out here to the race to follow along on Racer H2O. You can go to the YouTube channel, you can go to the Facebook page, or you can go to racerh2o.com, and they can watch all the action from here in El Reno, Oklahoma to Hunter's Showdown. So Racer H2O land, grab yourself an RC Cola and a bag of Cheetos and sit down and enjoy the ride because we are just a few minutes away from showtime. All right, so racers, listen up, pay attention. Racers, listen up, pay attention. Whenever you go to the in-ramp and the out-ramp, bring help. Our in-ramp and out-ramp help hasn't shown up yet, so whenever you go to the in-ramp and the out-ramp, please be sure that you bring help along with you. All right, so final call, personal watercraft. Final call for personal watercraft. I need stock eliminator. Stock eliminator. I need you to the in-ramp, please. Stock eliminator to the in-ramp. All right, so here we go, kicking off qualifying session 1 of the Hunter's Showdown here in 2021 with our personal watercraft. It's going to be Henry Rogers driving Not Flat Black over in the Parker Brothers Roofing, left-hand lane. Driving for Hold My Beer and Watch This, Swan Pipeline Services, Big Dog Consulting Services, and Swan Transportation. Henry's going to be dialed in at 11:10. First pass down the racetrack here in qualifying. for the Hunters Showdown. It's going to be Henry Rogers, who was your number one qualifier in Marble Falls, Texas at our last race. Henry's going to be 184 on the tree and go 11 flat with an 8. Only 11:10 at 67 miles an hour. I'll put him at number one for now. Of course, after the first jet ski to go down, but since it was a breakout on the dial-in, he will go straight to the bottom of the sheet once the others are filled in. All right, so racers, just a heads up, this is what we're going to be doing for now. It'll be left lane singles for now until the sun comes up, so about for the next half an hour or so probably, because the sun is affecting the sensors in the right lane. So as soon as the sun comes up just a little bit more, we'll go back to running doubles, but we're running singles for right now in the left lane. As Jordan Culver comes up now, Hold My Rocket, the name of that thing. I like that. Jordan Rocket Man Culver, or Kluver, I apologize. Special thanks to Dan and Autumn Rogers. First time on the water. This is first time drag boat racing for Jordan Kluver. Hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, then somebody let me know if it's Clover or however. But Jordan, first time, goes 473 on the tree. Goes 1162 with a 1 at 64 and a half mile an hour on the 1130 dial. So that'll put Jordan in the number one qualifying spot for now. As we bring up our next one, and I believe it's going to be your Marble Falls winner, Lynn Blackburn. Coming up in the left-hand side, Parker's Brother Roofing, sponsoring our left lane of the racetrack, and Performance HVAC. Going to be your right lane sponsor here this weekend. It is going to be Lynn Blackburn, doing time too. The name of the jet ski for Docks and Boats Rescue, Medina Lake, Bandera Family Dentistry, S&E Construction. Lynn Blackburn going to be dialed 1030 in that left lane. So your defending Lake Fest winner, going 5:02 on the tree. Breaks the beams at 10:38 with a 9 at 69.16 mile an hour. That'll put Lynn Blackburn in the number one spot above Jordan Clover. As Lynn goes to the top. And now our next jet ski, Parker Brothers Roofing, left side, Wrathan Broadway, driving the Golden Child, is dialed 1130. Wrathan was holding the number one qualifying spot in Marble Falls for a long time until Henry came and stole it from him in the final qualifying session. Wrathan 644 on the tree. Breaking the 1,000-foot beams. Trying for an 1130. Goes 1132 with a 3 at 65 miles an hour for Wrathan Broadway. How about a new number one qualifier? And every jet ski that has went down so far in personal watercraft has taken over the number one spot. That is awesome. Wrathan Broadway, 1132.3. 65.96 miles an hour, and Wrathan Broadway goes to the top. Here comes Jacob Nodler, long time coming, the name of the jet ski and the Parker Brothers Roofing. Left side for Mom and Dad. I believe it's supposed to be Oma and Opa. I don't know. Neighbor John, come tell me and I'll get it changed. Chris Clay, Gary Payne, Mike Sorensen, Carl Nichols, thanks to Mike Griffith with Trinity Racing Ministries, RESP, and of course Rob Berkland. 12:75 predicted elapsed time for Jacob Nodler as he takes it down the Parker Brothers Roofing left lane. That's going to take a little while to get used to here this weekend. And he goes 12:52 with a 3 on the 12:75 at 58.56 miles an hour. He was 0.97 red, so that'll put him down at the bottom of the sheet in the number 5 spot. Yeah, still 3 more tries to get the number 1 spot here in qualifying, so no panic setting in just yet. And, of course, these are all-run fields, so everybody will qualify. It's just a matter of getting those points because I believe we're trying to shuffle for position because Jody Smith has already locked up the 2021 Personal Watercraft Championship. So everybody's just wanting to shuffle up higher and higher into the points if they can. Here comes Angelique Shaw, Being Bad. The name of the jet ski and the Parker Brothers left-hand side. For Mom and Dad, Bad Company Race Team, Papa, the Sherwoods, Dinah Notes, Luke's Paving, Derek, and Melanie Crownover. Angelique will be dial 1320. Angelique not having the 2021 season that she wanted by no means. And I believe this might be the lowest she's finished in the points ever in personal watercraft. As Angelique 334 on the tree goes 1337 with a 2 at 56 miles an hour on the 1320s. That'll put her in the number 3 spot for now. Stock Eliminator. Remember, Stock Eliminator, I need you to the in-ramp, please. Stock Eliminator to the in-ramp. Stock Eliminator to the in-ramp. Modified Eliminator, be on standby. Top Eliminator, be getting warmed up. And ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 Personal Watercraft High Points Champion. Going to be coming up for her first qualifying session, Miss Jody Smith out of Wiley, Texas. She wants to give a huge thank you to Randy Ball. That's probably what, championship number 27 for Randy Ball Motorsports. Of course, WCR Construction, Trinity Racing Ministries, RESP, Papa Maniac Mike, her mama Stacy, and to the SDBA for giving the racers the best place to race. As Jody's going to be down 13:32, and they almost didn't make the call. Her and her teammate Jake almost got stuck in tech and didn't make the run, but they're here. Jody goes 162 red, goes 13:15 with a 1 at 55.09 miles per hour on that 13:32, so that's a breakout for her. Put her in the number 6 spot. Right below Henry Rogers and right above Jacob Nodler. And I believe that's going to be her teammate, Jake Stevenson, coming up now. And the Parker Brothers Roofing, left side out of Shawnee, Oklahoma. Driving the little Okie. Jake Stevenson sitting number 2 in the points, and I believe he is just about 300 points ahead of Jacob Nodler. So with it being a multi-round race this weekend, Jacob could take over the number 2 spot. Jake Stevenson looking to finish 1 and 2 with his teammate Jody Smith here this year in 2021. So Jake Stevenson, we call him Jacob sometimes, you know. Jake's finished 3rd in the points 2 years in a row. Well, he's going to finish 2nd this year, possible. Jake 113 on the tree, goes 1361 with a 1326. So put him in the number 5 spot. Right above Henry Rogers and right below Jordan Kluber. I believe our first pair of Stock Eliminator is going to be coming up now. And once again, remember, Stock Eliminator, you need to be at the end ramp. I see some of you getting splashed, but we're missing a bunch of you still, I do believe. comes Rodney Blackstock, driving for Al Kirscher in the boat they call Plum Crazy. He'll be down 920 over at the Parker Brothers Roofing left side. Rodney Blackstock 116 on the tree, breaks it out on the big end of the racetrack, goes 913.2, 94.72 miles an hour on the 920. He will be in the number one qualifying spot for now after the first boat down the water. So the water looks to be plenty fast out there, and I'm praying to the good Lord above that it stays that way the entire weekend. All right, listen up, racers and crew, racers and crew. At 10 o'clock, if you do not have a parking pass on your hot rod or on your car that's in the pits, we're going to crack down on that. So you got until 10 o'clock to go get yourself a parking pass. If you don't have a parking pass, we're going to have to throw your car out of the pits. So be sure to go and get yourself a parking pass before 10 o'clock. We're going to be a little lenient until then, but that'll give you plenty of time to go get one. As Brody Martin comes up now out of Pine Creek, Texas, for Phil's Automotive and Towing. He's down 10:35. As he absolutely stood that boat straight up whenever he hit the throttle, and it goes 395 on the tree. On the 1035 dial, he goes 1149, 67 miles an hour. But since it wasn't a breakout, he knocks Rodney Blackstock off the top spot and goes to the number one spot himself. All right, final call, stock eliminator. Final call, stock eliminator. I need modified eliminator to the in-ramp, please. Modified eliminator to the in-ramp. Top eliminator be on standby. Pro eliminator, get them warmed up. Modified eliminator to the ramp, please. So once again, at 10 o'clock, if you do not have a vehicle pass, we're going to have to throw your vehicle out. We'll get it towed if we have to. We're going to be a little lenient until then, but 10 o'clock gives you plenty of time to go to registration and get yourself a vehicle pass. As most of you know, these aren't the biggest pits that we have, so space is limited. So if you don't have a vehicle pass, you need to go and get one. Here comes Kay Janicek driving all or nothing for JP&E, Kirkland Marine, DVR, RFC, David Kirkland Racing. Special thanks to Philip Kirkland for loaning them the motor. He is down 9 flat. And I hear a little birdie tells me that Kay Janisek's going to go a little faster here in the near future. And by a little faster, I mean a lot faster. That's the plan at least. Kay's excited about it. Here we go. Kay Janicek, 138 on the tree, breaks it out by about 0.07 of a second, goes 893 with a 2, 84.96 miles an hour. That'll put him all the way down to the bottom, or the number 3 spot for now. Kay Janicek, just a little bit too hopped up here in Q1. Plenty of chances to go to the number 1 spot after this, but Kay Janicek currently your number 3 qualifier, 893.2 at 84 miles an hour. right, here comes Ashley Winslet driving Vanishing Green out of Dallas, Texas. Fast Line Fabrication, special thanks to Mom, Dad, Brian, and Chantel, RESP, and Trinity Racing Ministries. Ashley Winslet is down in at 9 flat. And out the back door she goes 9:33.3, 81.26 miles an hour with a 3:57 reaction time. That'll put her in the number 1 spot in stock eliminator for now. Ashley Winslet currently sitting number 2 in the stock eliminator points. And she has more than a chance of catching Seth Walls here this weekend. A lot of these championship battles are going to be really, really fun to watch. As we get our next boats put on the hold rope. Glenn Cashton's coming up now, Aqua Patina, over the Parker Brothers Roofing, the left side. Thanks to Mom, Jen, Ronnie, and Glenn's Mobile Tire and Auto, Gravel Guns, Splash Boat Rentals in Kingsland, Flagship Towing, JBS Underground, and Hill Country Hydraulics. 17 flat, the dial in for Glenn Cashton's. That boat sure is moving around down there on Helm a lot. That's a little bit scary. On the 17 flat, it goes 15.63, 49.08 miles an hour with a 1.215 reaction time. We'll put Glenn in the number 5 spot with a huge breakout. And of course, you can't talk about stock eliminator without talking about Blacky Bain. And of course, Blacky back fighting some health issues, but by all accounts, the doctors are saying that, of course, just like we all know, Blacky's tough and Blacky's going to be okay, but it's just, it stinks that he's not here this weekend. We definitely miss you, Blacky, if you're at home watching on Racer H2O. We miss you, brother. We wish you all the best. We're praying for you. Get better. That way we can see you hopefully in Phoenix later on this year. Kevin Hibdon coming up now. Parker Brothers Roofing left side. And listen to the name of this boat, ladies and gentlemen. Trump Money, the name of the boat on the left side. Dialed 910 for Budlong Motorsports, Albuquerque Plumbing, Nelson Speed and Marine. It's one of those New Mexico hot rods, one of those New Mexico drivers coming to Oklahoma to shake it up here in stock eliminator. Kevin Hibdon, Trump Money. Kevin goes 488 on the tree. On the 910 goes 933.0 at 85.85 miles an hour. And Kevin Hibdon goes to the number 1 spot and knocks Ashley Winslet down by 3 thousandths of a second. Ashley goes to number 2. Kevin goes to number 1. And we go to Megan Warren driving Capital Punishment. The outboard boat going to be coming up. Parker Brothers Roofing, left-hand lane. too. I wouldn't do it to anybody else, but I know you guys won't kill me. So, Megan Warren, capital punishment coming up, 9 flat. Her predicted elapsed time here in qualifying session number 1. So the outboard boat, Parker Brothers Roofing, left-hand lane. That boat leaves so awesome. Just dancing above the water just a little bit. Looking for 9.00. And Megan Warren goes 9.75.8, 82.95 miles an hour to put herself in the number 3 spot, right below Ashley Winslet. So a couple of ladies sitting 2 and 3 in qualifying right now. Kevin Hibdon out of New Mexico sitting in the number 1 spot with a 9.33. All right, Seth Walls, the man who is sitting numero uno in the points right now, driving solely to over. Fastline Fabrications, Walls Tractor Repair, FPC Services, Wayman Pittsford Incorporated, Schaefer Oils, Palmetto Distillery, Buddy E.S. Johnson, William Paschal and Sons Fine Woodworking, Extreme Barbecue, Joe Yarborough, Cookers for Christ, and the crew of Steve, Michelle, Jason, Shannon Tack, Bruce, Stella, Shane, and Joe. And Seth going to be down 9 flat. On the 9 flat goes 990 with a 2 at 82.58 miles an hour, and he will go to the number 4 spot. I don't know what it is about these boats here so far today, but they're not running like anybody has really expected. Like everybody has predicted, at least. Seth Walls did have a pretty nice reaction time of 090. But 990 on the 9 flat, not what they were looking for. Modified eliminator to the end ramp, please. Modified eliminator to the end ramp. Modified eliminator to the ramp. Top eliminator be on standby, and pro eliminator be getting them warmed up. So once again, we want to give a humongous thank you to Racer H2O for being here this weekend, and everybody for watching along on Racer H2O. The final race to claim championship points here in 2021 in the Southern Drag Boat Association as Peterson Patrick, or maybe that's Patrick Peterson. Maybe it's backwards in there. I don't know. Somebody tell me. Driving to El Diablo. Cole Insurance Agency, Benning Auto Parts, X-Force. It's an X-Force tunnel with 540 cubic inches of Chevrolet. Down 9 flat. .922 with a 5 at 82.86 miles an hour, and either Peterson Patrick or Patrick Peterson goes to the number 1 spot. I mean, it's one of those deals where the last name maybe, sounds like the first name sounds like the last name. I don't know. It's one of the two. Well, whoever it is, with an 090 reaction time and a 922, goes to the number 1 spot as J.D. Henderson comes up now. Driver number 4, the name of the boat, because the last 3 guys couldn't handle it. Special thanks to Daniel and Superior Fiberglass, Chopper Hopper Saloon, Tequila Porter. Special thanks to Kevin Helm, Josh Stark, Todd Schwartz, Lori Stark, Jeff Crumley, Pirate Mafia, and Scotty B for being a part of J.D. Henderson's Hot Rod. 1025, the dial on the Parker Brothers Roofing, left lane. We need J.D. Henderson's trailer back to the in-ramp, please. J.D. Henderson's trailer back to the in-ramp. Remember, drivers and crew, 87.9 on the FM dial. 87.9 for tow drivers is a track radio station. 87.9. I need J.D. Henderson's trailer back to the in-ramp, please. Boat did not fire on the hold rope, so we'll get him pulled back to the in-ramp, get him out of there. He'll try it again in qualifying session number 2. Happy birthday today to Vic Fugate. How about that? Happy birthday, Vic. I know you're around here somewhere. I'm not going to tell anybody how old you are, but Facebook sure did tell everybody. Happy birthday, Vic Fugate. Hope you have a great weekend. Good luck to Austin this weekend. But happy birthday to Vic. All right, final call, modified eliminator. Final call, modified eliminator to the in-ramp. Top eliminator to the in-ramp, please. Top eliminator to the in-ramp. Pro eliminator, be on standby. Quick eliminator, be getting warmed up. I need top eliminator to the in-ramp. As Grant Snyder, driving a Magic Man, comes up in the Parker Brothers roofing left-hand side. He'll be down in 9 flat as well. I need top eliminator. Top to the in-ramp, please. Grant was 634 on the tree, goes 996, 84.5 mile an hour to put himself in the number 6 spot. Like I said, a lot of people not running near about as fast as what they were thinking they were going to. 996 on the 9 flat prediction at 84.5 mile an hour for Grant Snyder. Currently number 6 on the sheet. Yes, so pro eliminator, be on standby. Quick eliminator, be getting them warmed up. Here comes Henry Morris. Driving a boat they call Which One? Parker Brothers Roofing, left-hand lane. And it's going to be that helicopter-powered jet boat over here on the left-hand side. It's got a helicopter motor on it, and this thing's going to be interesting to watch go down the lake. 9 flat, the predicted elapsed time, but I don't think anything about this can be predicted. Well, when he got out of it right about the 8th mile, clicked it off, went 6:59 to the 8th, goes 10:67 at 51 miles an hour with a helicopter-powered jet boat. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, it was a little bit sketchy right about the 8th mile, though. I think he made the right decision about stepping off the throttle. He goes to the number 8 spot. As it sits right now, does Henry Morris. He'll have 3 more shots to improve. All right, so we're going to do a quick test of the right lane to see if the sun is up enough to quit messing with the sensors. So hang tight. We'll do a quick test of the racetrack real quick. So our check of the racetrack looked good. So we are going to stick 2 boats in the water now as we move into modified eliminator. Melton Whittlesey driving Little Bud. For Infamous Brewing will be in the Parker Brothers Roofing left-hand lane, and Gavin Snyder driving 6 to midnight. The Performance HVAC right side. For Rio Medina Truck and Auto and Rio Fab and Welding, Lilly Construction. Custom Powder Coating, 4-Way Bar, Damon Decker, 212 Athletics. Special thanks to Uncle Jimbo and Aunt Sue for the motor and transmission. Jeff Gibson Insurance, Racers Insuring Racers, Guild Mortgage, Reagan and Angie Everett, Rowdy Tees, and RNS Construction. We move into our 8 flat index category, modified eliminator. Gavin in the right and Melton in the left. Everybody chasing Jesse James Jr., and Jesse is going for 5 in a row. 4 straight SDBA championships. To the finish line, Gavin Snyder, 797.1, 114.76 miles an hour. So currently he'll go to the number 1 spot, but it's a breakout, so he'll go down to the bottom of the sheet once more racers have made their runs. Melton Whittlesey did not make it off the hold rope. I don't know if we're going to try again or what we're going to do. I believe we're going to try it again, and this time it'll be Austin Fugate driving Biggest Crush out of Fort Worth, Texas in the Performance HVAC right-hand lane for Tony Henry Racing Engines. The Electro Freeza Texas, Two Guys Marine, Fugate Construction, and Epic Boats. Once again, like I said, a huge birthday, happy birthday to Vic Fugate. It was Austin in the right, Melton Whittlesey in the left. Austin's boat stumbled off of the hold rope, and I believe he was out of the throttle early. Goes 8:13.5, 101.72 miles an hour for the number 1 spot as it sits right now. And Melton Whittlesey goes to number 2, goes 8:17.4 and 103.82 miles an hour. So Austin, something happened there. His reaction time showed the proof of that. And I believe he shut it off a little bit early, but still goes 8:13.5, good enough for the number 1 spot. Here comes our next pair of modified eliminator. Tyler Bain driving the Slippery Pickle out of Rio Medina, Texas for BBC Farmer Ranch, Rio Truck and Auto, Trinity Racing Ministries, Custom Powder Coating. Many thanks to the awesome crew, Mama Kay, Aunt Linnell, Connie, Stephanie, Shane, Bishop Ed and Debbie, Trigger, and Daniel. Special thanks to God for the many blessings. Tyler, Parker Brothers Roofing left side, and Jesse James Jr. driving the Outlaw for David and Kerry Muller. Lone Star Mill, Big Mike and Ona, just for Christmas Day, Court and Eagle Motorsports out of Tyler, Texas, over in the Performance HVAC lane. How about both of them taking shots at the Christmas tree? Tyler Bain was 014 red. Jesse James Jr. was 013 red. Jesse goes 8:11 with an 8 at 103.5. Tyler Bain goes 8:22 at 98.63 miles an hour. Tyler Bain will be in the number 4 spot. And Jesse James Jr. goes to number 1. Our next pair will be Kyle Fox driving Booger Red for Mickey Harlow. Kyle comes to us out of Caddo Mills, Texas for BMT Compressors. Judy Bradshaw, Industrial Parts Service Supply. Jet Boat Bills Performance. Dead Aim Racing, 4A Pest Control. And Josh Hansen driving Stimulus Check for Hibdon Performance and B&D Waterland. He'll be in the Performance HVAC right-hand lane. Kyle Fox over in the Parker Brothers Roofing left-hand lane here at Modified Eliminator. Good to see Kyle Fox back out here, and Mickey Harlow with the Southern Track Boat Association. Josh Hansen was 0.90 on the tree, goes 8.22.6, 97 miles an hour. But how about Kyle Fox? He goes 8.10 with a 0 at 96.82 miles an hour. And Kyle Fox goes to the number 1 spot, knocking Jesse James Jr. off the top. Josh Hansen goes to the 6th spot with his 8.22 at 97 miles an hour. But Kyle Fox takes over the number 1 spot from Jesse James Jr. Driving Booger Red. Got to bring up Greg Conley and Hope Helm. Greg driving Happy Hour. Parker Brothers Roofing, left-hand lane for Fast Line Fabrication. FPC Services, Walls Tractor Repair, Buddy E.S. Johnson, Extreme Barbecue, Wayman Pittsburgh Incorporated, Joe Yarbrough and Palmetto Distillery. Greg driving Happy Hour for Steve Walls here this weekend over on the left side. And Hope Helm driving Liquid Assets over the Performance HVAC right-hand side. Special thanks to her dad, Kevin, her mom, Carrie, and Toodles. Can't forget Toodles. What was that? What was that? That was the thing with Mickey Mouse, wasn't it? Yeah, Toodles. I like that. It's awesome. But Hope Helm driving the boat that her dad, Kevin, kept at the top of the barn for about 10 years, waiting on Hope to get ready to drive it. And here we are. Her hometown race, and she'll be over on the right side. All right, final call, top eliminator. Final call, top eliminator to the ramp. Final call, top eliminator to the ramp. I need pro eliminator. Pro eliminator to the end ramp, please. Pro eliminator to the end ramp. Quick eliminator, be on standby. Pro Jet, be getting them warmed up. Pro eliminator, I need you to the end ramp, please. So here we go with Greg Conley and Hope Helm. Hope in the Performance HVAC lane, and Greg Conley over here in the Parker Brothers Roofing left-hand lane. Looking for 8.00 on the scoreboard. Hope Helm goes 9.58.1 at 80.79 miles an hour. Greg Conley, 8.29.6, 111.82 miles an hour. I'll put Greg Conley in the number 7 spot. Hope Helm in the number 8 spot. Hope not making the run that I'm sure they were looking for. But they just needed one clean A to B pass. Kevin, go back there and tune that thing up. Kevin Helm is going to be a busy, busy guy here this weekend. Not only does he have Hope Racing and Modified Eliminator, his son Brody Racing and Personal Watercraft, but Kevin himself is back behind the wheel of the Woody Pro Modified boat here this weekend as well. So the Helm family at their home race going to be awful busy here this weekend. But I'm sure Kevin wouldn't have it any other way. We get our next boats pulled to the hold rope. Here comes Gus Hagler driving Amazing Grace. For Senseless Racing, Hoss Props. Thank you to Tim Bostic. He'll be in the Parker Brothers Roofing. Left-hand lane. Driving for Sandra and T. Hagler. And Matt Miller driving Miller Time from right here in El Reno, Oklahoma for Miller Excavation, Hupton Performance, and Smoke on the Water drag boat races. He'll be over in the Performance HVAC right-hand side. Oh, no. Matt Miller never left the starting line. Gus Hagler goes 8:34.1 at 93.40 miles an hour. We're into top eliminator now. We're looking for 7 flat, and Gus Hagler only being able to muster an 8:34. Matt Miller did not even leave the starting line. It's actually going to be Mike King coming up now. Number should be 405X. Mike King going to be in the Performance HVAC. Right-hand lane. Looking for 7.00 on the scoreboard. Mike King goes 869 at 89.99 miles an hour. Put himself in the number 2 spot, right behind Gus Hagler. Gus currently in the number 1 spot. Nobody, really, a lot of people are really running off pace. I don't know if it's just because it's hot and muggy out here, or first shot at the water, or I don't know what the deal is. A lot of people are running pretty off. Here in qualifying session number 1 is Bill McQueen. Or is that Bill McQueen? Yeah, Bill McQueen. There we go. Driving No Clue. Yeah, I had no clue about how to say his last name. Kenny Myers, Joe Shefflow, Lifeline. Special thanks to Larry Flores, Kevin Foote, Dave Lipinski, and crew chief Peggy Owens. He'll be over in the Parker Brothers Roofing left-hand lane, and Bobby Thurman driving Crab Shooter. Sambo's Logging and Thurman's Heating and Air will be in the Performance HVAC, right-hand lane. Once again, top eliminator looking for 7.00 on the scoreboard. Nobody been even close so far down the water. And Bobby Thurman had a whole lot of issues. Bill McQueen, how about 747 at 114 miles an hour? That'll put himself in the number 1 spot, our first 7-second pass here in top eliminator so far. But Bobby Thurman, that thing, it just spit, sputtered, and did not act right all the way down. He finally shut it off right before they got to the green buoys. Got it fired up, and he's going to drive it off the top end of the racetrack. All right, final call, pro eliminator. Final call, pro eliminator. I need quick eliminator. Quick eliminator to the ramp, please. Quick eliminator to the ramp. Pro Jet, be on standby. Pro Cop Flats, be getting them warmed up. Quick eliminator to the end ramp, please. Pro Jet, be on standby. Pro Comp Flats, be getting them warmed up. So our next pair of top eliminator, Jerry Branham, out of Tyler, Texas, driving back in black, being the Parker Brothers Roofing left-hand lane, and Kevin Conklin, driving Texas High Risk, out of Midland, Texas, being the Performance HVAC right-hand side. For Wayman Pittsford Incorporated, Tap Magic, KC Specialties, Diamond Gem, Hendrick Motors, and Albert Fox. Conklin over in the right side. I believe he was your number 1 qualifier in Marble Falls, Texas. Did very, very well. I think Kevin actually won the race. Had an awesome weekend, our last stop. Looking for that to continue, but Jerry Branham is looking to take over George Goff in the points here in top eliminator. It's very important to him. They are neck and neck, yes. George has won almost every race we've had this season. I think he's only not won 2 of them, and one of them was because he didn't go to the race. But Jerry Branham has been going rounds, been matching George almost tit for tat this year so far in 2021. So that's going to be a championship battle to watch come Sunday for sure. Fired up, 20 seconds countdown. How about a 672, 125 miles an hour for Kevin Conklin, way faster than the index. Remember when I said that nobody's really running close to it? Well, Kevin Conklin says, catch this, and just kicks it out of the field. How about 718.2, 110.81 miles an hour for Jerry Branham. That'll put him in the number 1 spot. But Kevin Conklin, 672. 125.37 miles an hour, and because of that humongous breakout, that'll put him in the number 5 spot. But Jerry Branham, nice pass to go to the number 1 spot. Kevin Conklin, my goodness. Remember, racers, if you're wondering where in the world your time slips are, the SDBA Slips app. Go to your app store, whether it be Google Play or Apple, type in SDBA Slips, and then all you have to do is whenever the app comes up, swipe over to the right, tap in your boat number, and it'll pull up all your runs that you've made so far that weekend. So SDBA slips is how you get your time slips this weekend. And just a reminder, track radio station 87.9 FM. 87.9. All right, so we're ready to go. Bob Winder driving Mama's Diamond out of Lake Hills, Texas. Going to be over in that left side. The Parker Brothers Roofing. The left lane of the racetrack, and Ron McCulloch out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Going to be in the performance 8 hour. The boat did not sound right as I went down the racetrack, and I believe he shut it off at 875 feet. Maybe even a little before. It was only 11:33. Now I believe our next pair that's going to be coming up is going to be the man who was sitting number 1 in the points here in Top Eliminator so far, George Goff. Driving Bad Magic. Out of Shoto, Oklahoma. Going to be over in the Parker Brothers Roofing left-hand lane for Electro Freeze. Bruce and Bobby Wicker. We missed both of the Goffs and Marble Falls, but they were on vacation. Now they're back off of vacation. Both of them say, you know what, we're far enough in the points. I don't think it'll hurt too bad. And, of course, it definitely helped George Goff with Jerry Branham going out early in the rounds of Marble Falls. George being the left side, and then Matt Miller driving Miller Time with Miller Excavation. Smoke on the Water drag boat races and helping performance is going to be over in that performance HVAC right-hand side out of Reno, Oklahoma. I believe that he could just about, if he could get a good enough running start, could just about put that boat in his front driveway. He lives so close to the lake over here. So home game for Matt Miller, of course. George Goff out of Oklahoma as well. They might call George Goff an old man, but I'm telling you, that old man knows exactly how to drag boat race. Doing this a long time, he's pretty doggone good at it. All right, quick eliminator. This is your final call. Quick eliminator, final call to the in-ramp. I need Pro Jet. Pro Jet to the in-ramp, please. Pro Jet to the in-ramp. Pro Comp Flats, be on standby. Pro Outlaw, get them warmed up. Pro Jet to the in-ramp. Pro Comp Flats, be on standby. Pro Outlaw, be getting them warmed up. Adrian Huff, will you come to the timing tower when you get a second? Adrian Huff, come to the timing tower when you get a second. 86.86 with a 2, 113.51 miles an hour. George Goff with that breakout goes all the way down to the bottom in the number 7 spot, only in front of Kevin Conklin, because Kevin had that absolutely crazy run earlier. And Matt Miller goes 7:37.3 at 108.39 miles an hour. Matt Miller will go to the number 2 spot right behind Jerry Branham. So Miller time to the 2 spot. George Goff uncharacteristically down to 7. Here comes Kevin Foote and Jeff Bailey. Jeff driving the beer budget out of Okmulgee, Oklahoma. The performance HVAC right-hand side. Here we go at Pro Eliminator. Kevin Foote driving Distraction. Going to be over the Parker Brothers Roofing left-hand side. The Parker Auto, Pirates Den, Sundance Resort.